Hello there. Today we are reading from Front Desk by Kelly Yang, Chapter 4. Chapter 4 begins on page 17. Hank's words thrashed around inside me. Mr. Yao was strict, sure, maybe even a little dramatic, but cold for a heart? Hank couldn't possibly be right. This was the man who trusted us with his motel, was letting us live here for free, and was paying us $150 a day. The first thing the next day, I intended on setting Hank straight, but when morning came, my mother had other plans. "Let's go see your new school today," she announced. I groaned. Another grade, another year as the new girl. When you've moved as much as I have, checking out schools is like checking out shoe polish. So far, I'd gone to 4 different schools for 5 different grades. Dale Elementary School is about 5 blocks east from the motel and a lot bigger than my old school. It was late August, so classes didn't start for a couple of days. As my mom and I walked across the big empty parking lot, I wondered what kind of kids went there. Nice kids, I hoped. We pushed open the door to the office, and the receptionist, a blonde lady with big curls that bounced as she moved her head or looked very surprised to see us. "Can I help you?" she asked. "Hi, I want to sign my daughter up for school. We just moved here," my mom said. The receptionist looked me up and down. I wiggled in my tattered pants and big old t-shirt from Goodwill. "I see," she said. She pushed a button on her desk phone and said, "Principal Evans, we have a new student here to see you." Principal Evans wore a blazer even though it was 90 degrees outside. She looked like what my mother calls a powerful white lady. She insisted on taking us on a tour of the school, even though my mom said we didn't need a tour. I could tell she was anxious to get back to the motel. "It'll only take 10 minutes, Principal Evans said, leading us toward the gymnasium in her clickety-clackety black pumps. "So, Mia, tell me about yourself." I opened my mouth, but before I could say anything, my mom blurted out, "She just moved here from China." Ugh. Why does she always have to tell people that? It wasn't even true. We'd been here for 2 years. Of course, as soon as my mother said the words, Principal Evans started talking to me like I was a turkey. "Really? Wow. How do you like this country?" she asked. "I really like it," I quickly answered. Principal Evans put her hand to her chest and exhaled in relief. "You know English? Oh, that's great. I have to admit, we don't get too many Chinese kids here. There's only one other Chinese kid in 5th grade. She smiled at me and added, "I'm sure he'll be thrilled you're here." I bet you could guess who that Chinese child is. On the way home, my mom and I played our usual game, looking at big American houses and trying to figure out who lived inside. "A family with 2 girls, my mom said, pointing to the pink curtains upstairs. "And a cat," I said. There was a little door in the front door. I turned to my mom. "Hey, why'd you have to tell the principal I just got here from China?" "So she'd cut you some slack." I stopped peering into the houses and peered into my mom. "What do you mean?" "You heard what she said. There are only 2 Chinese kids in your grade." So it probably means most of the other kids are white." So they'll be way better than you in English," my mom said matter-of-factly. I looked at the ground. "Not necessarily," I said. "I might not speak native English like Jason, but my English was a lot better than when I first came, I think. Plus, I liked English. I liked how you could say a train of a thought, or a blanket of snow, which you could not say in Chinese. But it didn't matter how much I liked English. My mom had already decided. "Necessarily," she said. And that's the end of chapter 4.